The road we're on is paved in Garth.
Come along on the journey
as we explore
Garthology.
Think of it more as a conversation. I like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin. Showtime!
Hey everyone, it's Deb.
And I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess.
Welcome to Season 4, Episode 15 of Garthology. To celebrate Pete's upcoming birthday, we are dedicating this episode to all things Las Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, right?
No, I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting.
So excited. Sorry, Jess.
It's okay.
Pete's birthday is July 8th, and Pete and I will be in Las Vegas celebrating with a bunch of our family members and seeing Garth's +1 show at Caesar's Palace on Pete's birthday. Unfortunately, Jess can't make this trip. Her little man, Bo, is still a little too young to travel to Las Vegas, but next year we are so there all together.
What I'm talking about. And listen, I'm telling you right now, Bo isn't too young for Vegas. We could take him to Fremont Street.
Yeah, but I have to travel with him to Vegas.
Good point.
Maybe Uncle Pete.
Right? If you would like to journey him there and back, then great.
That's right. Okay. To celebrate Garth Brooks's +1 in Las Vegas, we asked people on Facebook to send in all their Vegas recommendations, their favorite places to stay, the best entertainment, besides Garth, of course, and the most delicious restaurants. We received a bunch of great tips and suggestions, and these will come in handy for anyone planning to visit Vegas, whether it's to see Garth or not. But if you're going to Vegas, go see Garth.
Yes.
So let's get started. And just a quick disclaimer here. If we mispronounce any of your names, we all apologize. We're so sorry. We're just going to do the best we can. Pete, it's your birthday celebration. Let's start with you. What hotel suggestions do you have from those people on Facebook?
Yeah, we have got a lot of great suggestions on where everyone should stay while they're in Vegas. Many people suggested that because Garth's show is taking place at Caesar's Palace, that it's also the best place to stay. Vicky Ann mentioned that she stayed just one night and stayed at Caesar's Palace because it was easy with the show being there and because she was going to Garth's show alone, which is a really good suggestion for those traveling alone. Gina also stayed at Caesar's and mentioned that it was a very nice room. Patricia stayed at Caesar's for 4 nights and mentioned that there are deep discounts if you are a Caesar's Rewards member. Lori Mann and Joanne Lemming both also recommended staying at Caesar's. Another Caesar's mention came in from Margie Nelson. She liked it so much that she never even left the Caesar's property. She said that they spent their days at the pool and bought a ticket at the box office to see a second Garth show. Quite a few people mentioned that a location with a really good pool is a must, especially if you're going to Las Vegas during the summer months. Karen Smith mentioned that although she stayed at the Bellagio, it was very smoky, so she would recommend staying at Caesar's instead. She said it's definitely not as smoky as the Bellagio. Other places to stay included Dan Giebel stayed at Harris and said that the rooms were nice. Catherine May is staying at the Flamingo and was able to book a room just a few weeks before her show date. Amy Rambo stayed at the Jockey and said that they have very nice suites. Scott Foster mentioned that when he went in the past, Circus was definitely not worth staying at. Faith stayed at the Horseshoe and said it is just a short walk to get across the street to Caesar's Palace. Missy Babcock brought up a really good point. She said that the best places to stay in Las Vegas would be any hotel with a monorail stop. So we looked into the monorail system, and here are some information that you might find useful. The train arrives every 4 to 8 minutes at each of the 7 stations. Those stations are Sahara, Las Vegas, Westgate, Boingio, station at Las Vegas Convention Center, Boingio. Station at Las Boingo. Boingo Station at Las Vegas Convention Center. The Harris and the Link, Flamingo and Caesar's Palace, Horseshoe at Paris Station, MGM Grand, and the current hours for the train right now are Monday from 7 a.m. to 12 midnight, Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m., Wednesday from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m., Thursday 7 a.m. to 2 a.m., Friday 7 a.m. to 3 a.m., Saturday and Sunday, both 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. If you go online to lvmonorail.com, you can buy multi-day passes. As Missy mentioned, buying unlimited rides online and a multi-day pass will save money. Plus, you won't hit any traffic jams like you would driving on the Strip.
Yeah, the traffic driving on the Strip is horrid for anybody who's not there.
Terrible.
If you've not been there before, don't drive.
Yeah. Don't drive there. Stay on the back streets or ride that monorail.
Yep.
Yeah.
So check out their website to buy tickets. Plus, you can also find a map of all of the stops there too. Amber May also recommended the monorail and pointed out that using the monorail in the heat of the summer in Vegas is especially important. Anything you could do to stay out of the Vegas heat is definitely number one on our recommendation. So check out the Vegas monorail system again, and the website is lvmonorail.com. Another way to avoid driving the Strip, Jerdy Morris recommended trying the Gold Coast, which is off the Strip, across from the Rio and down the street from the Palms. The Gold Coast has good, clean rooms and easy access to the freeway, which keeps you off the main drag. Patricia Christensen also stayed at the Harris for 2 nights while in Vegas and said that they have a very nice suite, which was comped. Got to figure out how that happens. Like, how in the world do you get a comped suite?
Yeah.
Right? I want a comped suite somewhere.
Got to be a high roller, guys.
Must be.
Be ready to give up that money.
Yeah, I'm showing up at the Harris and I'm be like, hi, I am the best friend of Patricia Christensen. She said you're going to comp me? Yeah. Do you have her player's card? No. But I'll show you on Twitter or Facebook that she's my friend. Susanna Drews recommends staying at the Airbnb just outside of Vegas. Rebecca Prado is also going to the July 8th show, just like us, and is planning to stay at the Paris Hotel. Rebecca, we will see you there.
Yes, we will.
Carrie Chaffin saw Garth's Plus One show on June 1st, 3rd, and the 4th, and stayed at the Harris.
Now, Carrie is my kind of lady. All 3 shows just knocked them out. 1,
Boom,
2,
done.
3.
Yeah.
All right. Where did she stay?
She stayed at the Harris, and she also recommends staying somewhere that just has a monorail stop, which is,
Smart.
That's awesome. And Jason Bryan suggested that many hotels sell out fast, so he recommends booking a room far in advance if you know where you want to stay and already have your Garth tickets. Now, let's go over to Aunt Deb to hear about the great entertainment everyone recommended. Aunt Deb, what do you have for us?
As I'm sure we can all agree, Garth is the best show going on in Las Vegas right now. And there is no doubt about that.
Obviously.
Right? Like, I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to see Garth. But there are some really great things to do while you're in town, in addition to seeing Garth's show. Here are the recommendations we received. Nick Albee said he saw the Cirque du Soleil show called O and can't recommend it enough. He also mentioned that it's on the pricier side for a Cirque show, but that it was well worth it. Gina De Bernardo recommended getting a ticket to go to the top of the Eiffel Tower at the Paris Hotel at night to get a bird's eye view of the Bellagio fountains, which sounds amazing.
That does.
And I've never gone up in the Eiffel Tower.
I haven't either. I didn't even realize you could do that.
I'm thinking we need to look into that, Nick, for next year.
Yeah.
Ugh. Gina also saw Barry Manilow at the Westgate while in Vegas for Garth.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
Yes, it is. And I said that to her back that I love Barry Manilow. He was my very first concert.
Oh.
But now this was funny. Gina said she went under duress.
Oh.
Right? But she said in the end, Barry really put on a great show and she enjoyed it. And I love that Barry turned her around because I'm a huge Barry fan. So I'm excited that that worked out for her.
Well, you remember a few years ago, I saw him with you at the Hollywood Bowl, and I would have never gone to that, but it was a good show.
Right.
So I agree. I'm glad I went. Yeah.
And one of these times that I get an extra ticket for a Garth show soon, I'm going to also see Barry while I'm out there at the Westgate. So that's on my to-do list for sure.
Yeah.
Scott Foster mentioned a hotel casino that has thrill rides on top of the building as being a thing to try. I think he probably meant the top of the Stratosphere because I know there are rides up there. The Strat has 3 different rides. They're called the Big Shot, Insanity, and X-Scream. And there's also a sky jump, which is included in their thrilling ride attractions at the Stratosphere. But I promise you, I won't be trying any of those.
Me either.
Yes, I'll go to Barry. Yes, I'll go up the Eiffel Tower. I will not be doing any of those things at the top of the Stratosphere.
Not even if I wanted you to for my birthday?
Absolutely not. I love you, and that's why I want to live. So no. Scott also mentioned a zip line at the Strip, but he wasn't sure where it was.
There's one downtown.
Fremont,
Yes, there is. And that's the first one I thought of. But Gina came back and said that he might be thinking of the zip line at the Link, which is across the street from Caesars.
Oh, it probably is, yeah.
Yeah. And Catherine May pointed out the Fremont Street one. She said it's a must for a Vegas visit. And I agree with her on that. You've got to see the Fremont Light Show whenever you visit Vegas. I haven't ever done the zip line there at Fremont Street, but my sister has, Pete's mom.
And my daughter did it together.
That's right.
Yeah,
and Pete's daughter did it with her, and they loved it. They had a great time. So we're with you on that. It's definitely worth going on. So check it out. Missy Babcock recommended seeing Tape Face at Harrah's. I have to tell you, I had absolutely no idea what that meant, so I looked it up. It turns out it's a comedian, Sam Willis. It's his show. As the name suggests, Tape Face performs with duct tape covering his mouth.
No way.
Yeah, I looked it up. I had to, because I was like, I don't know what Tape Face means. So on his website, it says, while he may be silent, this hilarious show leaves you roaring with laughter.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm ready to check out that show for sure.
I'm definitely intrigued.
Right?
Yeah, we were talking the other night, and Steph's like, hey, is there something else we could do in Vegas other than walking around seeing Garth and gambling? And I'm like, what else do you do in Vegas? No.
What else do you need?
Nothing else we're going to do there. And she's like, what about a show, like a comedian show or something? I was like, oh, maybe it's a good idea. You should look into that. This might not be a bad idea.
Right. And another suggestion would be to go on Groupon, because they have lots of entertainment and food packages or discounts. So if you go on Groupon, that's GROUPON.com, you can find deals. So I think we should do that for our upcoming trip. Well, maybe we can get Tape Face tickets.
Dude, how awesome. I got a Tape Face, a comedian with no sound, with just a show. How great can that be?
I'm intrigued. I'm ready to go.
Very much so.
And Missy also mentioned that Harrah's, there where he's performing, has a monorail stop, which is convenient. So you definitely got to make time for Harrah's. Patricia Christensen also gave us many great entertainment suggestions. She mentioned taking a ride on the high roller at the Link, which is that big, huge Ferris wheel.
No thanks. I had the worst nightmare that the Ferris wheel, I was somewhere, I don't know, whatever, and it was rolling down the street, just mashing people. I'll never go on another Ferris wheel again. Not happening. Nope.
Wow.
But I'll go on the top of the stratosphere.
Oh, yeah, no. I'd totally do the Ferris wheel, but I will not do those stratosphere
No,
things.
That thing's going to come off, roll down the strip, kill a bunch of people. I'm not doing it.
That's awesome. I mean, not if it happened. It wouldn't be.
Right, I got you.
Patricia also mentioned taking a stroll through the Venetian Mall and a gondola ride there, which I think sounds cool, and I've never done it. She mentioned that if you're staying a few days in Vegas, it's definitely worth strolling Las Vegas Boulevard during the evening, because there's lots of entertaining people and shows, including the fountains at Bellagio and the volcano at the Mirage. And this one sounds great. She mentioned taking a bus tour to the Grand Canyon.
What?
You can do that from Vegas. I would love to do that. I love the Grand Canyon. I've been there twice.
I've never been. Never been.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have to look into that.
Do you have to drive there? Like, it takes it some time?
Yeah. It
takes a bus ride.
It's a bus ride. Okay, I'll look into it.
Can we just get in a helicopter and go faster?
You can do that too. That's coming up.
There are helicopter tours.
Yep. As for shows, Patricia said that the Beatles' Love show by Cirque du Soleil and David Copperfield were both good, but that Garth was the best, of course, which I agree with Patricia there. Garth is the best.
Very good, Patricia. Very good.
Joanne Lemming suggested going to the Neon Museum, which displays the old Las Vegas neon signs, as well as a walk down Main Street in the Art District for lots of food and shops. Suzanne Drews recommended trying your luck at the Brian Christopher Slots area at the Plaza Hotel in downtown. Now, I personally can actually second this particular recommendation. I stayed at the Plaza when I was in Vegas for Garth's show on June 4th, and my sisters and I played those very slots. Pete, your mom knew all about Brian Christopher.
I actually know about him too, and I think I was the one that turned them on to it. I saw him on Facebook, right? And we were FaceTiming, her and Dad in Costa Rica when Dad was still alive. And, I'm like, man, look at this guy. And this guy, like, he'll go on and, he's got a hell of a fan base and he's a really neat guy. And he does a lot for his online community, but he gathers together, donations and stuff like that. And then he turns around and he goes to different casinos all over and he gambles and he'll put 10 grand in and he'll be like, max bet. Money comes up, boom, they win. Money loses. And he's got an entire YouTube channel of it. And I think I was the one that turned my mom and my dad onto it. Anyways, so of course they fell in love with him. And so now he's got his own slots because he's just taken off. It's amazing what this guy's done. So I can't wait to go and play him.
Well, yeah, that room, they have a whole room that's just like dedicated to him and his slots. It's smoke free. It's a smaller room of slots, but I'm telling you, my sisters and I had a great time in there. We played all of his slots and we did pretty well. So overall, we enjoyed all of our time at the plaza. The employees were really nice and they are doing a lot of upgrades there at the hotel. So right now, it's our go-to place. Like that's where we're staying when we go to Vegas in July. So yeah, I'm all for the plaza and that little slot machine area. I like it. Suzanne also mentioned seeing a Vegas Knights hockey game while there. So the Vegas Knights, in case you don't know, just won the Stanley Cup recently. So it's the off season right now, which I know because I'm a LA Kings fan. So go Kings go, but
quack, quack, boom. Go Ducks go.
No, not the Ducks. But okay, I will grudgingly give it up to the Vegas Knights because they won the cup.
They played well.
They did, but I'm still go Kings go. Anyways, if you go to Garth's show in November, there's one, which is odd, but there's one. And then also his shows in December, hockey will be back up and running, so you can probably try to grab some Vegas Knights tickets then. So check it out. That arena, I've been there before. It's awesome. The Vegas Knights organization, they do a really great job. Like everything starts outside of the arena. They have a lot of fun with it. They take you inside. They have a lot of fun during the intermissions. They have a lot of fun. So I agree. Even though I'm not a Vegas Knights fan, I agree that the games are a lot of fun. So definitely check that out if you're there in November or December. Karen Smith suggested shopping at Caesars and calling Maverick Helicopter, and here you go, booking a ride over the Grand Canyon in a helicopter. Like, that sounds amazing.
I've always wanted to do a helicopter ride. I've never been in a helicopter. I've always wanted to do one. And there's a couple main things I want to do. I want helicopter from Long Beach to Catalina because I want to fly over the ocean. I want a helicopter over the Grand Canyon, and I would love a helicopter just around my surrounding area of all the different golf courses I played to see them from above. I thought that would be cool.
That would be cool.
So, Karen, very, very good suggestion.
Yeah. Now, I have been on helicopters. I work for the Navy, so I've flown in helicopters over the ocean, going to a ship, over the ocean, coming back from a ship. So, yeah, I've done that. I have been on a helicopter in New York City twice.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That was amazing. But I have not been on a helicopter to the Grand Canyon. So, bucket list item.
I have been to the Grand Canyon, but I am terrified of heights and have never and will never be on a helicopter. Unless my life depends on it and it's evacuating me from a terrible situation.
I'm guessing in 2024 you're not going to the top of the stratosphere with me either?
I mean, I've been to the top of the stratosphere. I just don't go look down over the glass where you have to look straight down.
All right, me and Bo will do it.
I stick to the middle.
The middle.
And will you go on the ride?
I will not go on the ride.
Bo and I will.
I will not go on the ride because I was in Vegas a lot as a kid growing up when the stratosphere was new and they were doing all those rides for the first times and they broke all the time. So they may be great now, but I'm not ever getting on them anyway.
I'll just take Bo with me.
It's way too high off the ground.
No, you will not.
Bo will love to go with Uncle Peter.
No.
No, my baby will not be up in that height. Mm-mm.
And for our final entertainment suggestion, Carrie Chafin seconded the High Roller, which is the Ferris wheel at the link, and also suggested checking out the Tournament of Kings at Excalibur, which I love Excalibur. That's a great place to stay. I've stayed there before. I like it. I love the Tournament of Kings. So I agree with you, Carrie. Those are great suggestions. All right, Jess, we're ready to throw it over to you to discuss all the delicious food recommendations. And I'm hungry right now, so it's going to really hurt me to hear this. But which suggestions are you ready to hit up on your trip to Vegas next year?
Ooh, on to the final recommendation sent in to us, all about the food. Let's see what we received. Dan Giebel suggested the buffet at Caesar's Palace, as well as Guy Fieri's Kitchen and Bar at the Link. There's lots of things at the Link, apparently.
And I've never been inside of it. I've been to Vegas, but never been in the Link.
Neither have I.
Yeah, never been there, but we're hearing a lot. Nick Albee wrote in about Gordon Ramsay's Burger Place, which I believe is at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. Of the Burger Place, Nick said it's one of the only celebrity chef restaurants that actually meets expectations. So that's a good endorsement.
Wow.
Scott Foster also recommended Gordon Ramsay's various restaurants in Las Vegas. Gina DeBernardo also sent in a food recommendation. She said the Benihana at Westgate is great. Amy Rambo sent in that the Hard Rock right on the Strip has great food. I have been there. I agree. They do have great food. Kinsey McLean was all in for the food. She suggested Lago at the Bellagio, said it was amazing for supper. She recommended booking as soon as possible, though, if you want to go there. And Kinsey also said the buffet at Caesar's Palace is so good.
So, Pete, we are definitely doing a buffet while we're in Vegas because we didn't go to a buffet when I was there with my brothers and sisters in June. And I was sad. I really missed it. So we're having buffet while we're there. And Caesar's Palace got a lot of recommendations. So
Sounds like Caesar's buffet for my birthday dinner before we see Garth.
well, that's going to have to be a birthday lunch because we're going into Garth's show early.
Well, you guys eat some buffet for me.
Yeah.
Faith Shoneman gave us some great advice. She said she ate at Wahlburgers, Giordano's, and Duck Donuts. That was interesting to me, which were all good and right in front of the Horseshoe Hotel close by Caesar's Palace, so not far from Caesar's. She said they also walked to the Cosmopolitan for their Wicked Spoon buffet and that the food was good, but the desserts were even better.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good recommendation. She also mentioned that if going to Fremont Street, you should check out Bacon Nation. It was excellent.
Wait.
Bacon Nation?
Yeah. I went straight on Facebook after she said that and said, you had me at Bacon Nation.
Yeah.
Right? You can't do anything wrong with a place called Bacon Nation.
No, you cannot.
Damn.
You're going to have to check that one out and let me know so we can go back there next year.
Consider it done.
Done.
Sweet. Another Fremont food suggestion came in from Suzanne Drews. She said to check out Pink Box Donuts at the Plaza Hotel downtown. Did you guys check that out at Plaza, Deb?
We didn't, but when we're there in a couple of days, we absolutely will now.
Birthday
Add
donuts.
it onto your list. You're going to be eating a lot while you're there.
No problem. I got plenty of room for it.
Missy Babcock said her favorite place to eat was Cafe Americano just inside the entrance to Caesar's. Nathan Cooper said that if you like Mexican food, Roberto's has awesome super nachos and carne asada burritos.
Perfect.
Plus, Nathan reminding out-of-towners that if they've never been to the West Coast before, many people like to experience In-N-Out Burger while in Vegas. That's true. A lot of people, In-N-Out is a big thing coming to California. So if Vegas is as far west as you've gotten, they do have In-N-Out there. So you could check that out.
And I thanked Nathan for mentioning that because I told him my husband David would be super upset if I left off In-N-Out because it's his favorite and not mine.
I didn't even know that was a thing. And when my nephew visited me, I don't know, he was probably like very late teens, early 20s. He was in the military and had just gotten out, and he came to visit when I lived in California, and he was all about trying In-N-Out. Like, he had heard about it, wanted to go there. He liked it when he ate it, but I was like, really? It's just a burger and fries. But yeah, people love it.
Other than the burgers I make, In-N-Out's probably my favorite burger anywhere.
Wow.
I mean, they are good for sure. Yeah.
I'll tell you another thing though. Guy Fieri's burgers that we had on the Carnival cruise ship when we went, they were fire.
Those were
Really
so
good. Those smash burgers were good.
Yeah.
All right. Marilyn McIntosh recommended trying Margaritaville. You got to try Margaritaville anywhere you go. If there is one, you should definitely eat there.
If it's Margaritaville Drive, you got to drive on Margaret. If it's Margarita anythingville, you got to do it, right, Jess?
You definitely do because Jimmy Buffett, come on. And they have cool little things like you can eat your lunch in what looks like a boat with, fishing poles off the back of it. It's just a cool little beach vibe.
Oh, that's right.
Laid back place. It's very fitting for Vegas. So definitely check out Margaritaville if you've never been to one. Or if you have been to one, go again. Patricia Christensen said that Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen and Bacchanal Buffet, both in Caesar's Palace, are great. She also mentioned Bobby Flay's Burgers at the Paris was super good. Lori Mann said that Giada's Italian cuisine at the Cromwell Hotel was delicious. I'm all about some good Italian food. That sounds good.
Too.
Joanne Lemming said that Letty's is an awesome Mexican restaurant located on Main Street. I love me some Fast and Furious, and I would try a Mexican place called Letty's. Why not?
That's okay. There's this girl on Mayans, which I'm really into, and I think she is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. And her name in the show is Letty, and she's bad. So I'll try Letty's any day.
See? So same. Yeah, just try it. Why not? Based on the name. Melissa Weber said that she was in Vegas in June and suggested making reservations at the Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill that's right across from the theater at Caesars. She says the prime rib is phenomenal if you're looking for a specific food rec. She also ate at the Guy Fieri restaurant at the Link and said the trash can nachos there are amazing. And the photo she posted makes me agree.
Yeah.
I love some good nachos. I would definitely try that.
Me
for
too.
sure. Melissa also said she had some Southern fried food at Nellie's at MGM Grand and that it was great too. Jennifer Ann Goldstein recommended grabbing a Groupon for a multi-course meal, which is a good idea. And those change all the time. So right before your trip, it's a good idea to check on Groupon and see if there's anything that applies to, what you're looking for as far as what to do, what to eat. It's always a good thing to check out and save a couple bucks that you can gamble later or buy an extra ticket to a show. We got another recommendation for a restaurant in Caesar's Palace. Jude Rolfe said that the Cheesecake Factory there has wonderful meals and, of course, cheesecake. Also said there's a nice breakfast place on the strip between Horseshoe and the Paris. I don't think you can go wrong with Cheesecake Factory, especially if you're wanting some dessert. But, they always have good food no matter where they are.
And honestly, their cheesecake is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But if you've never tried their strawberry shortcake.
Oh, my word.
My gosh, Jess and I used to go get that all the time.
And you should split it with a friend.
Yes, you should.
It's big.
We would go to Cheesecake Factory and didn't get cheesecake. I'm just saying.
Yes.
It's that good.
So good. I don't know what they do with that breading that they use for the cake, but oh my gosh, so good.
Yes.
3 people jumped on the post and were excited to talk about the same restaurant. Catherine May suggested Batista's Hole in the Wall, and Amber May definitely recommended it, and Matt Year Out agreed it's the best and said all dinners include free house wine.
Oh, wow.
You got me there.
Right?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Finally, Carrie Chafin said the Ellis Island Barbecue in the Ellis Island Hotel has some great steak specials. Deb's favorite suggestion on the whole list came from Carrie. Carrie said that there are cake vending machines in most Caesar's owned properties. What?
Right.
So, of course, Deb, did you look it up?
Yeah, I did.
Is it a real thing? Do they really have cake vending machines?
Totally. I had to look it up because Pete's birthday's coming up. I got to get him some cake out of a vending machine.
Right? I get the benefit from it.
That's right.
That's amazing.
So they're called Carlo's Bake Shop ATMs. What? They're located at Bally's Las Vegas, Paris Las Vegas, Flamingo, Harrah's Las Vegas, and Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. So we will be hitting up one of those for sure.
Wow. Awesome.
Somebody was brilliant and was like, dude, people in Vegas, they're drinking, they're, whatever they're doing. They got the munchies.
Yeah.
Get them some cake vending machines. They can get some cake anytime they want some cake.
24 hours a day.
I'm going to start like a cheeseburger ATM. Who doesn't like drunk? Just walk, oh my God. Everybody gets a cheeseburger. Bam, slap $5 in, get yourself a cheeseburger.
That's just
comes out with a side of condiments. No problem. It could be in there 2 days. It could be in there 2 weeks. It could be in there 2 months. You don't know.
You don't know.
Good luck. You're in Vegas. It's called gambling. No problem.
Cake, yes. Burgers, no.
Maybe nothing with meat or mayo.
Oh, nasty.
Ooh, fermented mayo on a burger. Are you kidding me?
Oh, gross. All right. I think we'll end on that note. I think that really wraps up this episode of Garthology. We want to thank everyone that posted their recommendations. You all really came through for us and gave us so many new places and things to try. So we're getting so excited for Vegas. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're super excited to see Garth, But man, all these other suggestions are so good too. I can't wait for this weekend.
And there are so many of them that, I mean, you could go back to Vegas multiple times and not be able to go through this whole list. I mean, people could save this episode, write these things down, and they could always make a new trip with a new list for 3 or 4 visits, even more visits than that's awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Even if they're not seeing Garth until 2024, or even if you're not seeing Garth at all,
Right.
but you plan to visit Vegas at some point, these recommendations will definitely help make your next trip so much more fun now or anytime in the future. There's so many great places to stay, the food to eat, and the great shows and activities to try. Like, we really hope you guys heard about something you've never tried before and that you stop by any one of these on your next Vegas trip. Be sure and send us a message via any of our social media accounts to let us know if you tried one of these great recommendations. So now let's go over to Pete for a pre-shout out. Pete, what do you have?
Shout outs.
This is going to be a lot of fun. We don't have an individual to shout out because there were so many of you guys this episode, but I got the best idea. We're going to take as many of these recommendations that we got this weekend while we're there, and every time that we go to one of them, we're going to snap a selfie and or a small video, and then we're going to shout you right back out on our social media. So thank you to everybody. We obviously don't have enough time to do every single one of these, so it's nothing personal, but we're going to do the ones that we can. And when we do, watch for your shout out from us back to you on our social medias.
Have you checked out our website at garthology.com yet? If not, stop by today, check out our past episodes and bonus content. And remember to subscribe to our podcast on your podcast platform of choice. If you get the chance and you listen on Apple Podcasts, please stop by and give us a rating and a 5-star review if you like what you hear. Finally, be sure and share us with everyone you know. That way you can help your friends in low places become Garthologists too.
And speaking of friends in low places, if you guys are on social media, we would love to interact with you guys there. If you are on Twitter and Instagram, we are at GarthologyCast. Facebook, we are at facebook.com/GarthologyCast. And if you're on TikTok, we are at GarthologyCast there. We love the interactions. Again, this week, watch out for the shout outs back to you because it's going to be an exciting one. Keep up with everything that we're doing on our socials, and we really do appreciate the support.
You can find new episodes of Garthology on the 7th, 17th, and 27th of each month. Join us for our next episode. Until then,
thanks again for listening to another episode of Garthology. And I'm Deb.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. So childish sometimes.
Happy birthday, Pete.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank
You guys have such a good time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Finish it! Finish it!
Bloopers.
Every morning we say, Bo and Dominic, come on down.
That's awesome.
Got to figure out how that happens or say something funny here.
No.
Just kidding.
Catherine May suggested Batista's hole in the...
Wow, I thought that was going somewhere completely different there.
That's broken
We're talking
up
about-
weird.
Now, wow, my eyes lit up. I'm like, whoa!
That's broken up weird.
Kid
Oh,
show,
no.
kid
It says
show.
Batista's hole in the wall. That's
Yeah.
the next word. Okay, hang on.